Welcome to Culture Vulture, your alternative, non-mainstream weekly entertainment guide. Our aim is to highlight films and programs that offer something deeper, whether through social critique, political subtext, or psychological insight. Selection and writing are curated by Pat Harrington, with music provided by Tim Bragg. Here are 3 highlights from this week's schedule. The French Connection, 1971, BBC 2, 10 p.m, Sunday the 16th of March. A gritty, uncompromising crime thriller that delves into police obsession, systemic corruption, and the brutal realities of law enforcement. Gene Hackman's portrayal of Popeye Doyle remains one of cinema's most fascinating antiheroes. The Northman, 2022, Film 4, 9 p.m, Monday the 17th of March. Robert Eggers' visually stunning Viking epic explores revenge, destiny, and the destructive cycles of violence, questioning whether vengeance ever leads to true justice. Aftersun, 2022, BBC 3, 9 p.m, Friday the 21st of March. A deeply moving drama about memory, fatherhood, and self-discovery. Aftersun offers a quiet yet powerful meditation on nostalgia and intergenerational trauma. Longer reviews of some of the featured films are available at Counter Culture, where we explore the cultural, philosophical, and political themes embedded within these works. Now, on to this week's full schedule.
Saturday the 15th of March, 2025. The Third Man, 1949. BBC 2, 1450. Carol Reed's The Third Man is a masterclass in post-war noir cinema, dripping with shadowy intrigue and moral ambiguity. Set in a divided, war-torn Vienna, the film follows an idealistic American writer, Holly Martin's Joseph Cotton, as he arrives in the city to meet his old friend Harry Lime, Orson Welles, only to discover that Lime is dead, under suspicious circumstances. As Martins digs deeper, the lines between truth and deception blur, leading him into a web of corruption, espionage, and betrayal. Beyond its gripping narrative, The Third Man is a film about disillusionment and the erosion of idealism in the face of harsh political realities. Reed's use of canted angles and deep shadows heightens the sense of unease, while the haunting zither score by Anton Karas underscores the melancholy of a city divided by war. The film asks uncomfortable questions about loyalty and morality, who gets to decide what is right and wrong in a world recovering from the trauma of global conflict. Orson Welles' enigmatic portrayal of Harry Lime elevates the film to legendary status. His brief yet unforgettable performance, particularly in the famous Ferris wheel scene, reveals the chilling pragmatism of a man who sees human suffering as an economic opportunity. In an age where corporate greed and political maneuvering continue to dominate global discourse, The Third Man remains as relevant as ever. War for the Planet of the Apes, 2017. Great E-Movies, 1825. In a franchise often associated with science fiction spectacle, War for the Planet of the Apes stands out as a meditation on leadership, revenge, and the cost of war. The film follows Caesar, Andy Serkis, the reluctant leader of the apes, as he seeks to protect his people from a ruthless human military faction led by the fanatical Colonel, Woody Harrelson. As the war escalates, the film pivots into a deeply introspective journey, exploring Caesar's internal struggle between his quest for justice and his growing desire for vengeance. Unlike its predecessors, War for the Planet of the Apes places a heavier emphasis on themes of morality and power. While it draws clear parallels to historical conflicts, including the American Civil War and Vietnam, the film also resonates in today's era of authoritarianism and xenophobia. The apes, once portrayed as the other, become a reflection of humanity's own capacity for resistance and unity in the face of oppression. Andy Serkis delivers one of the most remarkable motion capture performances in cinema history, bringing depth and gravitas to Caesar's character. His nuanced portrayal allows us to see a leader burdened by the weight of responsibility, forced to navigate a world where survival often comes at the cost of one's soul. In an era where political leadership is under intense scrutiny, War for the Planet of the Apes asks what it truly means to lead, and at what cost. Lady Gaga, Inside the Chaos. BBC 2, 2030. Lady Gaga, Inside the Chaos features an insightful conversation between Lady Gaga and BBC's music correspondent, Mark Savage. In this intimate documentary, Gaga discusses the creation of her latest album, Mayhem, her growing connection with a younger audience, and offers a glimpse into her personal life. She shares the inspiration and creative freedom behind Mayhem, a blend of various genres reflecting her artistic evolution. Working with producers like Andrew Watt and her fiancé, Michael Polanski, Gaga has crafted an album that's both personal and universally relatable. Additionally, Gaga talks about how her music resonates with a younger audience, attributing this to her unique style and genre-defying music. Her use of visual storytelling and social media has strengthened her bond with fans, allowing her to engage directly and create a sense of unity. On the personal front, Lady Gaga opens up about her relationship with Michael Polanski and the impact it has had on her life. She reflects on her journey, the pressures of fame, and the importance of mental health, emphasizing self-care and resilience. Overall, Lady Gaga, Inside the Chaos is a must-watch for those interested in the behind-the-scenes realities of creative industries and the personal sacrifices involved in achieving success. Lady Gaga at the BBC. BBC 2, 9 p.m. A retrospective of Lady Gaga's performances and interviews, this program showcases her growth as both a musician and a cultural icon. Her ability to blend avant-garde artistry with mainstream appeal is highlighted through key moments in her career, from early pop hits to experimental projects that challenge industry norms. Enya at the BBC. BBC 2, 10 p.m. Enya at the BBC is a captivating retrospective that celebrates the ethereal sound and enduring appeal of Enya. This collection of performances and interviews showcases her unique ability to blend haunting melodies with lush, atmospheric arrangements. The program highlights key moments in her career, from her early days with Clannad to her solo success with hits like Barinoko Flow and Only Time. Enya's music has always provided a refuge for listeners, offering a sense of tranquility and escape from the chaos of everyday life. Her distinctive style, characterized by layered vocals and intricate instrumentation, is beautifully captured in this compilation. The documentary also delves into her creative process, revealing the meticulous craftsmanship behind her timeless compositions. BBC 2, 22:45. As I Roved Out is a captivating BBC programme that delves into the rich tradition of Irish folk music. This documentary offers an exploration of how Irish ballads and folk songs have preserved history, identity, and resistance through the ages. Featuring rare performances and in-depth discussions with contemporary musicians, the program highlights the enduring relevance of these traditional songs. It examines the role of oral storytelling in shaping national memory and the way these ballads have been passed down through generations. The documentary also provides insights into the personal and cultural significance of the songs, showcasing their power to evoke emotion and convey the struggles and triumphs of the Irish people. Through evocative performances and thoughtful commentary, As I Roved Out celebrates the beauty and resilience of Irish folk music, making it a must-watch for anyone interested in cultural heritage and musical traditions. St. Patrick's Day at the BBC. BBC 2, 23:15. St. Patrick's Day at the BBC is a vibrant celebration of Irish culture and music, showcasing some of the finest performances from the BBC archives. The programme features a diverse lineup of artists, including U2, Sinead O'Connor, Van Morrison, The Pogues, The Corrs, and The Cranberries, reflecting the immense impact of Irish music on the global stage. A musical celebration featuring performances that capture the spirit of Ireland. Beyond the revelry, the programme subtly acknowledges the historical struggles tied to Irish identity and the role of music in cultural resilience.
Sunday, the 16th of March, 2025. Dark Victory, 1939. BBC 2, 13:30. Betty Davis delivers a powerhouse performance in Dark Victory, a deeply moving drama that explores mortality, resilience, and self-discovery. Davis plays Judith Traherne, a wealthy socialite whose carefree existence is upended when she is diagnosed with a terminal illness. Instead of dwelling on despair, she embarks on a journey of personal transformation, embracing love and purpose in the face of her fate. What makes Dark Victory stand out is its raw emotional honesty. Rather than portraying Judith as a passive victim, the film highlights her strength in choosing how to live her final days. The narrative critiques societal expectations of women, showing Judith breaking free from superficial concerns to find a deeper sense of identity. The film's handling of terminal illness is refreshingly progressive for its time, avoiding melodrama in favor of introspective realism. The chemistry between Davis and co-star George Brent lends the film additional depth, but it is Davis who commands every scene. Her ability to portray vulnerability without sacrificing agency ensures that Dark Victory remains a standout in Hollywood's golden age. The film's themes of self-determination and dignity in the face of mortality continue to resonate today, making it a timeless meditation on what truly matters in life. Stardust, 2007. E4, 1515. A fantastical adventure that blends fairy tale charm with sharp wit, Stardust is a modern classic that subverts traditional storytelling tropes. Directed by Matthew Vaughn, the film follows Tristan, Charlie Cox, an unassuming young man who embarks on a quest to retrieve a fallen star for his beloved. However, the star turns out to be a celestial woman, Claire Danes, and the journey becomes far more perilous than he anticipated. Beyond its enchanting visuals and thrilling action, Stardust offers a deeper critique of power, ambition, and gender dynamics. The film's antagonist, Lamia, Michelle Pfeiffer, embodies the dangers of unchecked greed, while its heroines challenge the passive roles often assigned to women in fantasy. Yvain, the fallen star, is no mere damsel but a force of agency and independence. A standout aspect of Stardust is its playful examination of identity. Tristan's transformation from insecure villager to confident adventurer is not just about winning a romantic prize, it's about self-discovery. In an era where traditional masculinity is being re-evaluated, the film's depiction of personal growth through emotional openness feels especially relevant. Stardust reminds us that true heroism is not about conquest but about understanding one's own worth.
The French Connection, 1971. BBC 2, 10 p.m. William Friedkin's The French Connection redefined the crime thriller genre, presenting a gritty, unflinching look at law enforcement and organized crime. The film follows NYPD detectives Jimmy Popeye Doyle, Gene Hackman, and Buddy Russo, Roy Scheider, as they attempt to dismantle a French heroin smuggling operation. What sets The French Connection apart is its commitment to realism. Filmed on location in New York, its documentary-like aesthetic immerses viewers in a world where justice is often as murky as the criminal networks it seeks to dismantle. The French Connection is a film about obsession. Doyle, an unorthodox and deeply flawed protagonist, is driven not by noble ideals but by an almost pathological need to bring down the criminals he hunts. His reckless methods blur the line between law enforcement and vigilantism, forcing the audience to question whether the ends justify the means. In an age where discussions around police accountability are more urgent than ever, Doyle's character serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked authority. One of the film's most celebrated sequences is the heart-stopping car chase beneath an elevated train track, a sequence that remains one of the most thrilling in cinema history. But beyond its technical brilliance, the film is a study in contrasts, the meticulous, disciplined criminals versus the erratic, relentless detective. This dynamic creates a tension that keeps viewers on edge throughout. Friedkin's decision to eschew a traditional Hollywood ending reinforces the film's bleak realism. Unlike conventional crime dramas where justice is served, The French Connection ends on an ambiguous note, reflecting the frustrating reality of real-world law enforcement. In doing so, it captures the moral ambiguity of its time, where corruption and crime often go hand in hand. The film also offers an early exploration of the global drug trade, an issue that continues to plague societies worldwide. The impact of such trade on communities, law enforcement, and international politics remains just as relevant today. By immersing the audience in the mechanics of a transatlantic smuggling operation, The French Connection forces viewers to confront the systemic nature of crime and its far-reaching consequences. Decades after its release, The French Connection remains a landmark film, not just for its technical achievements but for its unflinching look at the complexities of justice. In an era where crime dramas have become increasingly stylized, this film's raw, uncompromising storytelling stands as a testament to cinema's ability to provoke, challenge, and unsettle.
Monday, the 17th of March, 2025. The Northman, 2022. Film 4, 9 p.m. Robert Eggers' The Northman is a brutal, visually arresting Viking epic that delves into themes of revenge, destiny, and the cyclical nature of violence. Inspired by the Scandinavian legend of Amleth, the film follows a young prince, Alexander Skarsgård, seeking vengeance for his father's murder. Eggers' meticulous attention to historical accuracy gives the film a mythic yet grounded quality, immersing viewers in a raw, elemental world where fate is inexorable. Unlike conventional revenge narratives, The Northman examines the psychological and ethical weight of vengeance. Skarsgård's Amleth is not a glorified hero but a deeply troubled figure, trapped in a cycle of retribution that threatens to consume him. The film subtly critiques traditional notions of masculinity and honor, questioning whether violence truly brings justice or merely perpetuates suffering. Visually, The Northman is stunning, with haunting landscapes, hypnotic battle sequences, and surreal dream imagery that reinforce the film's mythological underpinnings. Anya Taylor-Joy and Nicole Kidman deliver standout performances, adding depth to the narrative's exploration of power, survival, and agency. The film's unflinching brutality may not be for everyone, but its thematic richness makes it a compelling, thought-provoking work of historical fiction. What do artists do all day? Jack Vetriano. BBC 4, 10 p.m. This insightful documentary offers a rare glimpse into the life and creative process of Jack Vetriano, one of Scotland's most commercially successful yet critically divisive artists. Known for his evocative, film noir-style paintings, Vetriano has long been dismissed by the art establishment despite his enduring popularity. The documentary follows him in his studio, capturing his meticulous approach to painting and his reflections on success, rejection, and artistic integrity. Vetriano's art is often associated with themes of longing, seduction, and nostalgia, drawing comparisons to cinematic storytelling. While some critics deride his work as overly commercial, his ability to evoke strong emotional responses from audiences speaks to its cultural significance. The documentary subtly explores this tension, raising broader questions about what defines serious art in the contemporary landscape. Beyond the studio, what do artists do all day? Presents Vetriano's personal journey, from his working-class roots to his unexpected rise in the art world. It highlights the ways in which class dynamics shape access to and recognition within artistic circles, making it a fascinating study of both an artist and the institutions that determine artistic legitimacy. Jack Vetriano, Heaven and Hell Excess. BBC 4, 22:30. A deeper exploration of Vetriano's career, this follow-up program examines his most iconic works and the controversies surrounding his artistic reputation. Through interviews with collectors, critics, and the artist himself, Heaven and Hell Excess investigates how Vetriano has navigated fame, criticism, and the shifting perceptions of his work over time.
Tuesday, the 18th of March, 2025. The Mouse That Roared, 1959. Film 4, 11 o'clock. A biting political satire wrapped in a charming comedy, The Mouse That Roared follows the fictional, impoverished European microstate of Grand Fenwick, which declares war on the United States in the hopes of receiving post-war aid. What begins as an absurd military campaign takes an unexpected turn when Grand Fenwick accidentally wins the war, sending international politics into chaos. Beyond its whimsical premise, the film cleverly critiques Cold War-era geopolitics and the absurdities of superpower rivalries. The notion that a tiny, unassuming nation could upend global affairs underscores the arbitrary nature of political influence and military might. Peter Sellers shines in multiple roles, delivering a satirical yet oddly sincere performance that reinforces the film's underlying message. In an era still dominated by discussions of international power struggles, The Mouse That Roared remains a relevant and witty exploration of how small actions can have outsized consequences. Its humor, rooted in sharp social commentary, ensures that it endures as a classic farce with serious undertones. Can You Ever Forgive Me? 2018. Channel 4, 2:15. A gripping drama based on true events, Can You Ever Forgive Me? Tells the story of Lee Israel, Melissa McCarthy, a struggling biographer who turns to literary forgery to make ends meet. What starts as a desperate attempt to survive soon escalates into a sophisticated con, forcing Lee to navigate the ethical and legal consequences of her actions. Melissa McCarthy delivers a career-defining performance, shedding her comedic persona to embody a deeply flawed but sympathetic character. The film's nuanced portrayal of isolation, financial hardship, and moral compromise makes it a compelling character study that resonates far beyond its crime plot. Can You Ever Forgive Me? Is a meditation on artistic legitimacy and societal neglect of those who fall outside the mainstream. It critiques the publishing industry's elitism while also exploring how personal struggles can drive individuals to make impossible choices. The undercover police scandal, Love and Lies Exposed. ITV1, 2245. This episode, titled There Are Others, delves into the shocking revelations surrounding undercover police officers who infiltrated activist groups, forming long-term relationships under false identities. Helen and Allison are introduced by a mutual friend and soon discover that their former partners belong to a special Met Police squad tasked with infiltrating political groups. As they piece together the truth, they find that the media are not interested in their stories. Despite the lack of attention, the women rebuild their lives until a social media post 7 years later unmasks one of the spy cops, Mark Kennedy, whose undercover name was Mark Stone. The program examines the devastating personal and legal consequences for those deceived, many of whom unknowingly built their lives around fictional personas. It does not just document the scandal, but interrogates the wider implications for civil liberties and state surveillance. In an era where police accountability is a growing concern, Love and Lies Exposed highlights systemic failures and the ethical breaches within law enforcement. Through interviews with victims, legal experts, and former officers, the documentary paints a chilling portrait of institutional deception. It forces viewers to ask whether such tactics are ever justified and what protections should exist to prevent future abuses of power.
Wednesday, the 19th of March, 2025. The Swimmer, 1968. Film 4, 1510. A surreal and deeply introspective drama, The Swimmer follows Ned Merrill, Burt Lancaster, a seemingly successful suburban man who decides to swim his way home by hopping from pool to pool in his affluent neighborhood. What begins as an eccentric, light-hearted journey slowly morphs into a devastating exploration of loss, self-delusion, and the collapse of the American dream. Lancaster delivers one of his most poignant performances, portraying a man whose self-perception crumbles with each interaction. As Ned encounters friends and acquaintances, the film peels away layers of his past, revealing uncomfortable truths about his financial ruin, personal failures, and emotional isolation. The film's structure is deceptively simple, yet its impact lingers long after the credits roll. Visually, The Swimmer uses the idyllic suburban landscape to reinforce its themes of nostalgia and disillusionment. The pools, initially symbols of luxury and freedom, become markers of Ned's slow descent into a tragic reality he refuses to acknowledge. This underappreciated classic remains a powerful allegory for the dangers of clinging to illusions in a world that has already moved on. French Connection 2, 1975. Great action, 9 p.m. A sequel that dares to break convention, French Connection 2 follows Gene Hackman's iconic character, Popeye Doyle, as he travels to France to track down his nemesis, drug kingpin Alain Charnier. Unlike its predecessor, which focused on high-stakes surveillance and action-packed chases, this film delves deeper into Doyle's psyche, portraying his struggle with addiction and cultural alienation. Hackman delivers a riveting performance, showcasing Doyle's brash arrogance alongside his vulnerabilities. The film's most harrowing sequence sees Doyle forcibly addicted to heroin, a stark contrast to the confident, reckless detective audiences met in the first film. His detox scenes are gut-wrenching, reinforcing the brutal realities of drug dependency and its dehumanizing effects. While French Connection 2 lacks the kinetic energy of the original, it makes up for it with psychological depth and a gripping character study. The film's critique of American exceptionalism, as Doyle flounders in a country that does not play by his rules, adds another layer of complexity to the narrative. It is a bold, often overlooked sequel that deserves more recognition. A Cruel Love, the Ruth Ellis story, 3/4. ITV1, 9 p.m. The third episode of this gripping series continues its examination of Ruth Ellis, the last woman to be executed in Britain. This episode follows Ruth, who has been found guilty and is due to hang in 3 weeks' time. Initially, she accepts her fate, but as her execution date draws nearer, she grows more desperate. Her lawyer, played by Toby Jones, seeks a reprieve from the Home Office, hoping to save her from the gallows. The Tower of London special, Elizabeth I and Anne Boleyn, the prisoner queens. Channel 5, 9 p.m. This historical special juxtaposes the lives of two of England's most famous queens, both of whom spent time in the Tower of London under vastly different circumstances. While Anne Boleyn met her tragic fate there, her daughter Elizabeth I later emerged from imprisonment to become one of the most powerful monarchs in history. The documentary traces the parallels between mother and daughter, highlighting how political intrigue, gendered power struggles, and personal resilience shaped their respective legacies. Featuring expert historians and dramatic reenactments, it offers a fresh perspective on how the Tower served both as a prison and a place of transformation. By shedding light on their personal struggles and triumphs, The Prisoner Queens challenges viewers to see beyond the myths and consider the human cost of power. It is a compelling watch for those interested in Tudor history and the lasting impact of these formidable women.
Thursday, the 20th of March, 2025. The Old Man and the Gun, 2018. Film 4, 1915. A charming farewell to a Hollywood legend, The Old Man and the Gun stars Robert Redford in what was widely regarded as his final acting role. The film tells the true story of Forrest Tucker, a lifelong criminal who escapes from San Quentin prison and embarks on a series of audacious heists, all carried out with remarkable politeness and charm. Redford delivers a performance imbued with warmth, charisma, and a quiet melancholy, embodying an aging outlaw who refuses to conform to societal expectations. His dynamic with Sissy Spacek adds depth to the narrative, elevating the film beyond its crime elements to become a meditation on aging, purpose, and the joy of doing what one loves, even if it is outside the law. Director David Lowery employs a nostalgic visual style, evoking 1970s crime films while reinforcing the story's themes of nostalgia and time slipping away. In an era that often glorifies youthful rebellion, The Old Man and the Gun presents an alternative perspective, that of a man who has lived by his own rules and refuses to let age define him. Hearts of Darkness, A Filmmaker's Apocalypse, 1991. Film 4, 125. A legendary behind-the-scenes documentary, Hearts of Darkness chronicles the near-disastrous production of Apocalypse Now, revealing the chaos, ambition, and near-madness that fueled Francis Ford Coppola's Vietnam War epic. Through on-set footage and candid interviews, the documentary exposes the psychological toll of artistic obsession, as Coppola battles financial ruin, uncooperative weather, and an increasingly erratic Marlon Brando. The film offers a rare glimpse into the extremes of filmmaking, highlighting the fine line between creative genius and self-destruction. Coppola's struggles mirror the themes of Apocalypse Now itself, with both narratives exploring power, control, and the human cost of ambition. Beyond the film industry, Hearts of Darkness speaks to broader questions about leadership and perseverance under pressure. It is a must-watch not just for cinephiles, but for anyone fascinated by the lengths to which individuals will go in pursuit of artistic vision. St. Patrick, born in Britain, made in Ireland. BBC 2, 9 p.m. This historical documentary re-examines the life and legacy of St. Patrick, Britain's most famous expatriate and Ireland's most celebrated saint. Tracing his journey from a kidnapped youth to a religious icon, the program challenges the myths surrounding his story, offering a nuanced view of his historical significance. While St. Patrick is often romanticized as a bringer of Christianity, this documentary presents a more complex picture, one of a man navigating the political and cultural landscapes of early medieval Ireland. It explores the role of religion as both a tool of unification and division, drawing parallels to modern struggles over identity and faith. Through expert interviews and stunning cinematography, St. Patrick, born in Britain, made in Ireland, invites viewers to reconsider the narratives we inherit and how historical figures are shaped by the times in which they lived. The undercover police scandal, Love and Lies Exposed, 3/3, neither confirm nor deny. ITV1, 9 p.m. The concluding episode of this gripping investigative series delves into the long-term consequences of the undercover policing scandal that shattered lives and raised serious ethical concerns about state surveillance. This episode focuses on the legal and emotional aftermath, highlighting the victims' fight for justice and the institutional resistance they continue to face. Through interviews with those directly affected, the documentary uncovers how the policy of neither confirm nor deny has been used to evade accountability, leaving many questions unanswered. The series as a whole stands as a powerful indictment of unchecked governmental power, exposing how trust can be systematically weaponized for the sake of intelligence gathering. It forces viewers to confront the delicate balance between security and civil liberties, a conversation that remains as urgent today as ever. Stacey Dooley, Meet the Sharplifters. BBC 3, 9 p.m. Stacey Dooley's latest investigative piece explores the rise of organized shoplifting and its connection to economic hardship, addiction, and shifting social attitudes towards crime. With her signature blend of empathy and direct questioning, Dooley speaks with sharplifters, security professionals, and those impacted by retail theft to paint a comprehensive picture of this growing issue. The documentary goes beyond sensationalism to examine the structural factors that drive theft, highlighting how poverty, corporate policies, and law enforcement responses contribute to the cycle. It also questions whether harsher penalties or alternative rehabilitation approaches would be more effective in addressing the problem. Dooley's ability to humanize both perpetrators and victims makes Meet the Sharplifters a thought-provoking watch that challenges viewers to consider the broader implications of crime and punishment in contemporary society.
Friday, the 21st of March, 2025. Aftersun, 2022. BBC 3, 9 p.m. A deeply introspective drama, Aftersun is a quiet yet emotionally devastating exploration of memory, childhood, and the bonds between a father and daughter. Paul Mescal delivers an understated but powerful performance as Callum, a young father trying to give his daughter Sophie, Frankie Corio, a joyful holiday while struggling with his own internal battles. Charlotte Wells' direction lends the film an almost dreamlike quality, where past and present blur through Sophie's recollections of their time together. The film subtly explores themes of mental health and intergenerational trauma, with its most poignant moments emerging not from grand dramatic reveals but from quiet, unspoken interactions. Aftersun is a meditation on nostalgia, the fleeting nature of happiness, and the way we attempt to reconcile our memories with reality. Its emotional resonance has solidified it as one of the most powerful films in contemporary cinema.
And finally, streaming. Walter presents Flowers Over the Inferno. Channel 4 streaming, available from the 21st of March. A psychological thriller that delves into the mind of a brilliant but haunted detective, Flowers Over the Inferno follows Teresa Battaglia, a seasoned investigator with a sharp mind but a deteriorating memory. Tasked with solving a series of gruesome murders in the Alps, she must confront both the killer and her own encroaching vulnerability. This Italian drama, based on Ilaria Tutti's best-selling novel, weaves an intricate narrative filled with psychological depth, rich character development, and breathtaking scenery. Unlike many crime thrillers that focus purely on action and mystery, Flowers Over the Inferno deeply examines aging, resilience, and the cost of dedicating one's life to justice. With a gripping storyline and a protagonist unlike any seen in crime dramas before, this series promises to be an unforgettable viewing experience for fans of dark, character-driven mysteries. Icons of Style is a captivating new series streaming on BBC iPlayer, with the first episode available from Sunday the 16th of March, 2025. Presented by the esteemed journalist Kirsty Wark, this two-part series delves into the rich and influential history of Scottish fashion. Episode 1, A Journey Through Time. The first episode takes viewers on a journey through 60 years of Scottish fashion, highlighting the designers, influencers, and celebrities who have left an indelible mark on the global fashion scene. From the historical connections between Dior and Scotland to the impact of the Scottish landscape on designers like Bernat Klein, the episode offers a comprehensive look at how Scotland has shaped the fashion industry. Celebrating iconic figures. Kirsty Wark meets with a diverse array of fashion icons, including actor Alan Cumming, designers Pam Hogg and Bill Gibb, and singer Charlene Spiteri. Each interview provides unique insights into how these figures have championed Scotland's distinctive style and contributed to its enduring appeal. A blend of tradition and modernity. The series beautifully captures the essence of Scottish fashion, showcasing how traditional elements like tartan and tweed have been reimagined for contemporary audiences. The episode also explores the role of iconic Scottish mills, such as Lochran, in producing fabrics for major fashion houses worldwide. A must-watch for fashion enthusiasts. Icons of Style is a must-watch for anyone interested in the intersection of fashion, culture, and history. The series not only celebrates the creativity and innovation of Scottish designers but also highlights the importance of sustainability and the timeless nature of well-crafted garments. Icons of Style is a visually stunning and intellectually engaging series that offers a fresh perspective on the global impact of Scottish fashion.